What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a little monochromatic mauve moment going on. I've been wanting to introduce a little bit more color into my routine, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. I love mauves because you can really wear them for anything, and they're really popular in the bridal scene. So if you are getting married and you're looking for a nice glam makeup look to kind of try out, this would be perfect. But this really is for any occasion and truly is so beautiful on everybody. But if you'd like to see how we got this look, then keep on watching. Today's palettes are so exciting because one of them took 3 months to get here, so I'm excited to actually use it after purchasing it 3 months ago before the quarantine. And the other one is brand new to my collection. So we're gonna be using the Colourpop Making Mauves eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna mix it in with the Marvelous Mauves by Dose of Colors. So this is new to my collection. I went on a huge Dose of Colors haul like last week. They had 40% off their entire site. Instagram saw it first. I bought all of the eyeshadows, some liners, a lip gloss, and I'm excited because I actually have used this before. The look we're gonna do today, I have already done it and put it on my Instagram, and you guys loved it. So there's a couple times where I will do that. I'll put a look on Instagram. I may or may not film something, but if it gets super popular and you guys really wanna see it, then I'll end up filming it. And the reason why I didn't end up filming it in the first place is because this was so new to me. Sometimes I like just playing with makeup firsthand without being on camera to really get the experience on my own. Now, to take a quick look at the palettes side by side, you could see they're very, very similar. But on the eye, they're a little different. I did feel like this translated to be a little bit more purpley, and this one a little bit more like a blushy mauve. So these work hand in hand together. This is all mattes, where you get mattes and shimmers in here, which is another reason why I'm going to be pairing them together, because I want to dip into the shimmer. It's gorgeous. I'm going to grab this Colourpop E2 brush, and I'm going to dip into the Dose of Colors palette first, and I'm going to mix these two shades together. They look pretty light, but they do pop on the eyes. So that's one thing that I did notice when I was playing with this, because a lot of other lighter lilac-y, mauve-y blush shades, they're sometimes too light, where I have to build and build and build to see the pigment, whereas when you put it on, you see it immediately. And I'm mixing it with the lightest shade too, so the second shade on its own is even more pigmented, but I just wanted to mute this just a little bit so it wasn't as vibrant for the transition shade. So that's why I mix it with the lighter one, but you don't have to. If you have deeper skin tone and you want that color to pop a little bit more, I would just use the second one. But it's so pigmented and so easy to blend. Same brush, I'm gonna dip into the Colourpop one now, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's called Solitaire. So it's got a little bit more warmth to it, so it'll help to tone down this kind of lilac lavender shade that we have on the eyes. Grabbing my MAC 217 brush, and we're gonna go back into the Dose of Colors palette. We're gonna dip into the shade right here. It's called Spaced Out. So pretty. And like I said, these are really pigmented, so a little goes a long way. And what I'm gonna do is stamp this right on the outer corner of the eye. And again, just blending outwards. And then when a little bit is left, you can move that into the crease, but just keeping this tucked right here and then outwards. Since I have that shade tucked here, I now want to move it along my lash line. So I'm gonna use my Morphe 506 brush, same shade that we used here, but now I'm just going to lightly kind of push that along the lash line. This gives that really pretty smoky liner look using eyeshadow. It's one of my favorite techniques when I do want a more defined lash line without using any eyeliners. I'm just gonna build up this lash line with the shadows, and then still taking it outwards as well. Now, to define the lash line a little bit more, I'm gonna be taking my Sigma E21 brush, back in with the Dose of Colors palette. We're gonna dip into this shade right here. It's called Wine Stain. It's the deepest color in the palette. It's a very pretty, like deep purple. And then what you're gonna do is just wanna stamp this along the lash line, because we don't wanna cover over that shade we put along the lash line first. We just want this to get really nice and close to the lash line, just to really put the emphasis on the lashes. And then I'm going to lightly bring this out to wing it out to get a nice wing. And honestly, you don't have to worry about being too precise with this step, because we're gonna go in and clean it up, and that's gonna give that nice crispness to the wings. So if you're not really good at wings, try doing that instead. but you'll see what I mean in the end. Time for some shimmer, which is always my favorite part. I'm going to be taking my Rephr 02 brush, and we're going to go into the Colourpop palette, and we're going to use this shade right here. It's called Bi-Coastal. So, so, so pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with it dry, and I'm just going to tap it. This type of formula is like a metallic, glittery feel, and I like the way that it looks almost like loose glitter on the eyes, the way that I'm applying it. If you wanted it more metallic, I would definitely recommend either wetting the brush or using your finger. But doing it this way, I get that really soft, just like wash of shimmer, shine, metallic without it being too intense. But like I said, you can definitely make this more intense if you like to. And then just sweeping whatever is left on the brush. I've been loving bringing my shimmer shades up a little bit higher. I just feel like it really helps to open up the eye a little bit more. I feel like for so long we were told don't put shimmer in the crease, don't put shimmer here, and I've just been going against all those rules and going into my crease, going above my crease, and I really like it. So I would definitely give it a try if you haven't already. Now this is the part where we clean up the wings. So I just take a little bit of a cotton round, some oil. You can do a makeup remover, wipes, whatever that you want to remove this area, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Honestly, this is how I do 90% of my wings. I do my eyes first, cut it like that, and now you have a perfect wing. And it's that simple. Moving on to the face, for today, I'm going to prime it with my Smashbox Primer Oil. I got sunburned like 2 days ago, and my skin's just been a little red, a little extra dry, so I haven't used this one in quite some time, and I kind of miss it. So I just take 2 drops, and then I just work it all into my skin. This is the one primer oil that I have found that doesn't break up my makeup. I feel like all the other just oil-based primers have always done that, which I mean makes sense because oil breaks up makeup, but this one has just always been perfect. For foundation, I'm going to be going in with my Dior Forever Skin Glow. This is in the shade 2W. This has been my favorite foundation for, I would say, like the last year, honestly. It's so lightweight. It's so soft. It's the perfect coverage for what I like, which I would say it's about a medium to a natural finish. I don't know. It's just perfect. I've always been in love with Dior foundations, though. They've always been some of my favorite foundations I've ever worn and used in the makeup industry. My only thing like back then was they never really had the best shade selections, but they've been getting better and better and better at it, and I know they have a lot more shades and variations for everybody now, so that's always great. If you don't like a natural finish, they do have a matte version as well, so I would highly recommend trying it if you are just looking for a new foundation. For concealer, I'm going to be doing my little mixture that I showed you guys in the last makeup tutorial, which is where I use different tones of concealers to help to color correct, brighten, and just give a nice flawless finish. So I'm going to go in firstly with my Dior. This is their Skin Correcting Concealer, and it's in the shade 2WP. P standing for peach. And that's just really going to help with the blue that I have under my eyes. And then I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Light Beige. Kind of go around the nose. Get this in little areas because I do like a little more coverage through here. And I actually forgot I got a little Pimp Daddy right there. So we're going to cover him too. And then my Colourpop concealer is the last one. This is in shade Light 16. And this is just going to help to brighten right through there. Now I'm just going to take the concealer with my beauty blender and kind of do a little mixeroo. Might look a little crazy, but I swear it's like my favorite little concoction at the moment. Just gives me the perfect amount of coverage, brightness, and coverage for the under eye to help to neutralize that out. For cream contours, lately I've been using my Fenty Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Macchiato, and I'm using my Rephr 04 brush. Really been enjoying this cream contour a lot. It's just so naturally pigmented. So like when it goes on, it's so natural, but if you need it to build up in the pigment, you can, and it still looks natural. So I'm a huge fan of that. Now I would have to say, after going through all like my little recent loves for cream bronzers, you guys have seen me use the YSL, the Neutrogena Stick Foundation, and now the Fenty. out of all three, I would have to say this YSL one is still probably my favorite. And the only reason why I think it's my favorite is because the texture of it, it's different from the rest. It has a really soft, moussey feel. And I just like that texture on the skin. But they all perform so amazing. Like if you've seen in my dupe video, these two right here are dupes for each other. The Neutrogena stick in the shade Koko and the Fenty cream bronzer in Macchiato, they're almost identical. So that's something, if you've been wanting to try that, I would definitely give this one a shot. Now I'm just going to take some setting powder up under my eyes. I'm using my RCMA No Color powder that I use constantly. Then for some additional setting, we're going to go in with my Charlotte powders always. This is in the shade 2. Just give a quick little dusting just to set everything and give it a really soft, focused, airbrush look. For my first layer of bronzer, as always, my Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer by Physicians Formula. We're just going to use this to warm up the cheeks, the neck. Does anybody else layer their bronzers? I know a few people have reached out to me saying that they do, and they feel a lot better about layering, because I can sometimes put like 3 to 4 bronzers on, and why? I don't know. I just feel like I need all of them. It's just my thing. I always wonder like if people think when they watch my videos like, girl, why are you going on to the next bronzer and the next bronzer and the next bronzer? So we're going to go into the second one, and I think I'm just going to keep it down to 2. But I'm going to go into my Film Star Bronze and Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. And this is my Japanese highlighting brush. And this is going to help to give a little bit more kind of depth, because this is a little bit more of a neutral kind of tone. So this is going to help to sculpt but also bronze at the same time. Now before I use the highlighter from that palette, I want to blush first. So we're going to go into this blush from e.l.f. If you guys haven't tried these yet, I highly recommend. This is in the shade Always Rosy. I have another one and I don't remember the name of it, but these are so nice. e.l.f. to me has been becoming like the Colourpop of drugstore. Even though Colourpop is drugstore, technically, or maybe just drugstore prices, but I've been noticing that they've been revamping more of their products and coming out with new stuff, and it is A1. So try these if you haven't. But I'm going to use my Rephr 05 brush, and we're going to make some rosy cheeks. I also really apologize for the lighting if it's annoying you guys. It was supposed to rain all day, and so outside doesn't know if it wants to be sunny or cloudy. It's quite annoying, but I still wanted to film for you guys, so I really hope you don't mind. So then we're going to go back into the Film Star Bronze and Glow to grab that highlighter. I'm using my Morphe 510 brush. This is probably my favorite highlighter out of all my collection, and I have a lot of highlighters, and I love them all, but this highlighter I can wear all the time, no matter what, and it's so beautiful on the skin. And I like to go a little crazy with it, honestly, because it's so finely milled. So like I just kind of do one of those. So it kind of gets a little bit on my bronzer and my blush, and it leaves your skin just looking glowy instead of highlighter stripe, if that makes sense. It's so pretty. And then when you see it in pictures or on camera or just in general in person, so beautiful. Let's finish up the lower lash line really quick before I do my brows and lashes off camera. I'm going to go into the Dose of Colors palette yet again, and I'm going to mix, I think, this one and this one. We'll see. Let's start with the lighter one first. And this is my Sigma E25 brush. So again, I'm just with the lighter one at first because I want to see what that looks like, because I don't want it to be too smoky. I've been liking a softer lash line lately, kind of like a just one color blown out look. I think I might keep it like this. Now, one thing that I do want to add to the look, which I haven't used liner in so long, but during that whole Dose of Colors haul with the 40% off, I was like, you know what? I really want to start getting into liner again. I just don't do my looks with it anymore. But I see them all the time on Instagram, and they're so pretty, and I'm like, stop being boring. So I bought some liners, and this is one of them. This is in the shade Pearl Gray. This is so beautiful. So I'm going to pop this on really quick right here on the waterline. It literally matches this palette. So if you're going to get this palette, you need to get this liner with it because they go hand in hand so perfectly. So I love how this liner just adds to that mauve-y dream without being too dark or too heavy. It just adds the perfect amount of color and kind of gives it a little bit more of that sultry look. Now I'm just gonna run and do my brows and lashes off camera, and we'll be right back to do the lip. Lashes and brows are on, and just like that, the look is almost complete. I swear those two make a huge difference along with the lip. So for the lip, this is actually a new combination that I just got, so I'm excited to wear it again for you guys. So the first product that we're gonna go in with is the Colourpop Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade 951. And then I picked up the Kylie X Koko matte lipstick, and it's in the shade Allergic to Bullshit. I've wanted this lipstick for a while, and she had everything on sale, so I went and bought it. And that completes the look. I love how it turned out. I love this little mauve monochromatic look that we have going on. I know I do a lot of neutrals on my channel. I love earth tones. I just love those natural, cool, warm, whatever kind of natural tones. But I do want to start implementing a little bit more color into my routine. And this was the perfect way to do it because it's, even though it's color, like it's still so soft that it really can just go with anything and really does vibe with whatever kind of look you're trying to go for. Now, mauves to me, I feel like look good on everybody. There's really not one person it doesn't look good on, but especially if you have blue or green eyes, it makes your eyes scream. So I'm definitely a fan of that. Anything that's gonna make these baby blues even bluer. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all my videos if you guys like to see more. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is Amanda Devon on there. And that's it. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.